or this is pointless. Why the fuck am I doing this? It's just stupid. There's no point putting effort into this. It's not going to get anywhere. Why the fuck am I bothering? It's pointless.
I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day.
Nice to wrap up an upper body push-pull sesh. Really feeling the gains and the fatigue this week, but that's what's going to happen if you hit that hypertrophy and get those sets in. So without ado, carry on every single week, grind it out, and try and slowly build that muscle mass.
Now this is a video I didn't think I'd have to make. When we're overwhelmed, when we feel lost, it's so hard to get out of that rut. Now recently, I had a couple of people pop up to me and they spoke to me about some concerns they had with how they were feeling. And it really helped me gauge a different perspective on not just mental health, but also how it's so hard to voice your feeling and emotion sometimes. Now, I'm sure we've all isolated and we've all kept things to ourselves. I've done it myself. Best thing, don't do it. Just don't isolate yourself. Don't isolate the feelings or emotions. But yeah, I really thought about what those people had said, and it was traumatic for them. It really made me realise how they value me by feeling comfortable to confide in me. And it just hit me a bit, got me a bit emotional, because I didn't think I had that much value to them. I'll be honest. And I give myself a lot to people, so I didn't realise the significance of the support I'd given. But like I said, it helped me gauge a different perspective of not just the mental well-being of people, but also it's so hard to voice and advocate for yourself sometimes. So whatever it is, whether that be changing jobs, whether that be moving house, having a child or two, whatever it is, there's always a way of getting through it. Even if there are people out there who are bullying you, isolating you, or excluding you from a group, you can rise above that shit. We've only got one life. We just go out and fucking live it. Because people who hate, people who bully, people who pick on you, it just shows how little perspective they have on not really you, but actually themselves. Because think about it. If someone's gonna hate on you, or throw shitty comments at you, or even just give you some really immature attitude, and just, like I said, exclude you from a group, or just to keep firing shots at you to get a negative reaction, not only does that show how little respect they've got for you, but it shows how little respect they've got for themselves. Because if they really cared about people other than themselves, they would respect other people, or at least say, do you know what, I'm having a bit of a shit day, I might need some space. Because it takes a grown, mature adult to turn around and say, there's a problem, I need some support with it. Now don't get me wrong, some people, they do struggle to open up, I get that. However, I can't have a shit day and then treat friends, colleagues like shit. It's not justifiable. So those people who hate on you, chuck them in the fucking bin, because they're not worth your time. Don't waste your time or your energy on people who don't care or even value you. Because the true ones who value you will show when something catastrophic happens to you and you say nothing, but they know something's wrong and they are there. Those are the people who are valuable. And not only are they valuable, they're emotionally in sync with you And that's very hard to find nowadays. I'm 25. I see a lot of people in their late teens or even their young adulthood who still haven't worked this out yet. Respect people, you're likely to get it back. You disrespect people, you won't have anyone around. It's a very easy equation. 1 + 1 = 2, not 4. There are times when you're going to feel like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do it. It's just building up on top of me. Like, I just can't do it. I've peaked too soon, I've taken on too much, and I just can't do it. Do you know what? No one talks to me. Or this is pointless. Why the fuck am I doing this? It's just stupid. There's no point putting effort into this. It's not going to get anywhere. Why the fuck am I bothering? It's pointless. And we all have times like that. And you have all these negative thoughts. But that's the thing, it's about perspective. If you go in there with negative thinking, you'll likely get a negative outcome. But if you go there with positive thinking, or at least a more positive thought process that you had previously, you're likely going to get some more positives out of that. So even when it's tough and you feel like I can't do it, or no one cares, there are people out there who do care about you. Whether you've got a small family network, small friendship network, it doesn't matter. People do care. I was out today walking with my partner, and these two lads in Gloucester having a few drinks. You know how it is, people have a few drinks. And they're like, oi mate. And I can't remember who was playing, but it was Arsenal and a different team. And they said, oh, do you support Arsenal or this team? And I said, yeah, I don't support football, but maybe Arsenal. One of them was like, way mate, yeah, that's the answer. And the other guy was like, nah mate, just walk on. But obviously he was joking, he wasn't meaning it, and meaning it in a deep way, so I didn't deep it. But I laughed and I said, have a good one lads though, and take care. They're like, yeah mate. Two strangers, didn't know them, probably won't see them again. But why could I not talk to them? There's no reason why I couldn't speak to them. Just because they're intoxicated doesn't mean I couldn't speak to them, and engage with them. They might forget me, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how drunk they were. But regardless, you can still talk to people. You never know, one of them might have been going through something, or feeling a little bit shit. That might have perked him up a bit. Or what if I was feeling a bit shit that day, and the stranger spoke to me, and then that perked me up. There's always ways of engaging with people. So it doesn't have to just be your friends and your family. It could just be a stranger who says, oh, excuse me, I really like your hoodie. Or, excuse me, I really like your hair. Or, oh my God, that's a really nice car. Little compliments can really boost you. Now I know it's easier said than done, and to action it's a different obstacle. I get it. But like with anything, the more you practice, the more you develop this into a habit, it becomes a routine. And that routine will become, I wouldn't say unbreakable, but a lot harder to break the more you do it time and time again. So even if you want to, fire me a DM on Instagram, put a comment down below. If you want to have a chat about anything, you can talk to myself, just chuck it on the video, someone else might reply to it. And it's all about spreading positivity, guys, because we all have shit times, but we don't have to be strangers on this earth. The amount of times I walk into the gym I go to Anytime Fitness in Stroud, the amount of people who I know. Now, I don't hang out with them all the time, I'm not best mates with them, but we still have chats, we still have catch-ups, almost like we're school friends, but I've only known them maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You can still be positive to people. There's no need to be rude, disrespectful, or arrogant. And even if you're having a really shit day and you struggle to find that little bit of positive energy to share to somebody else, you might actually perk yourself up. You might not even need somebody else. So try it, give it a go. And whoever pops up to you, if they need some help, you might not be able to see them straight away. You might have other things on. We all have lives, I get it, but you don't have to be rude to people. And for anybody out there who hates people, who sees this, I'm sorry, but you'll end up with not many people in your life. Because bullying, hating, it just shows that you're jealous of people just because they're successful, just because they've got something you don't have. Don't throw hate. If you want to get what somebody's got, ask them for advice on how to get it. Why be rude? There's no fucking need. So I thought I'd just explain that, because I think some people just need that reassurance that they're not on their own. And again, just because we're not biologically related doesn't mean we have to be strangers walking this earth. Doesn't mean we can't talk to people. Talk to whoever the fuck you want. We all have one life. Let's go out and fucking live it. So take care, much love, and together we'll make the movement.